Hello, chess fans. Welcome to another edition of Chess Chat, a program brought to you live from the Rollstone Bank and Trust Studio at Fitchburg Access Television. I am George Marajanian, Program Director of the Wachusett Chess Club at Fitchburg State University. This club, the second oldest chess club in Massachusetts, meets every Wednesday evening in rooms 142 and 143 of the McKay complex at the university. And with me once again for this edition of Chess Chat is our award-winning director, Darren Dame of Fitchburg, recipient of FATV's prestigious Boulder Award in 2009. Assisting him in the control room is longtime Wachusett Chess Club member Brian Bigelow. And working for us in this episode of Chess Chat is Fitchburg State University junior Jared Sutcliffe. Welcome, Jared, to Chess Chat. And sitting across from me is my longtime associate, my colleague, chess author, photographer, active chess player, Dave Kuchar of Westminster. Hello, Dave.
Hello, George.
Well, Dave, this is a special Chess Chat because we are debuting a 1-hour edition of Chess Chat, which we will be doing now for forever.
Yes.
As long as Chess Chat it will continue. We've done 2 1-hour Chess Chats before. We did it when Bobby, on the 50th anniversary of Bobby Fischer coming to Fitchburg. He came to Fitchburg in March 1962. In 2014, we did actually a program on the anniversary of his visit to Fitchburg. We also did a 1-hour program when he died some years ago. But this is now, we're launching a 1-hour edition of Chess Chat. We thank FATV for giving us the green light to do a 1-hour Chess Chat. Also, what we're doing in this 1-hour edition of Chess Chat, we're going to be talking about chess in the movies.
Right.
How chess was incorporated in different films and Hollywood films. And we're going to be able to show clips from these movies and discuss briefly the scenes that we're going to see in these movies.
Right.
Now,
we have to thank Rob Barbarian for the idea. Our
Rob
former
Barbarian.
audio guy.
Yes, right. He used to actually do audio on Chess Chat. And so he came with the idea. He was the one who came up with the idea. We thank him. And we're gonna present these movies in chronological order.
Right.
And some of these are masterpieces. These are actually really classic movies.
Yep.
And the first one we're going to show is really a masterpiece in cinema.
Absolutely. Yep.
And that is the movie Casablanca that appeared in 1942.
Right.
Why don't we show the clip right now, and then we'll talk briefly about this clip from Casablanca after we show the clip.
Yep.
Monsieur. Monsieur. Excuse me. I'm sorry, sir. This is a private room.
Okay. That scene was actually from Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart starring in that. And who also starred in it? Ingrid Bergman, the actress.
Right.
Okay. Now, that scene was actually taken in a nightclub that Humphrey Bogart plays the role of of an American, Rick Blaine, who owns the nightclub. This is also a gambling den.
Yep.
And this was a hangout for anti-Nazis and other assorted characters.
Right, in Morocco, I think.
This is Casablanca is in Morocco.
Yep.
And actually, it's a romantic drama film. And he actually has a passion for a woman in the film, Ingrid Berg, who plays the woman, whose husband is a resistance leader, who's trying to flee the Gestapo, flee the Nazis.
Yep.
So that's basically the plot of it. You know,
Yep.
he falls in love with the wife of this resistance.
He was previously in love.
Who was previously in love,
years ago, right.
Exactly. So again, what I want to point out that this clip, this scene, chess scene, was not in the original script. The Humphrey Bogart, who was an avid chess player, wanted this chess scene, put in the movie. He used to hustle chess back in the days when he was trying to be an actor in New York.
Right.
Yeah. He would hustle for nickels, dimes, quarters, halves in the various parks in New York, in Coney Island, Times Square. But I'm going to ask you the question, what does Humphrey Bogart, in our 2014 Wachusett Chess Club champion, DeChrista Yip, who's now playing in the U.S. Women's Championship in St. Louis, what do they have in common? Both Humphrey Bogart and our Carissa Yip have something in common.
Right. You presented me with that before the show, and
and you have the answer.
Well, I have the answer, but you had to give it to me because I didn't know.
Okay.
And the answer is that they both went to Phillips Andover Academy?
Yes, Phillips Academy in Andover. They both went to that same school.
Basically 100 years apart.
Yes, because he went there in 1918.
Yeah.
He was a student there in 1918, and she went there actually just a few years ago.
Right.
The difference is she graduated, but he was expelled. After one semester, he actually dropped. He was actually taken out. Either his father took him out, or he was expelled by the school authorities because he failed 4 of his 6 classes. He was not really interested, in education, at Phillips Andover. So that's what they had in common, right? Okay. So let's go actually to the next clip. What is our next clip going to be?
I think it's the 7th seal.
Yes, the 7th. Let's show the 7th seal and talk about that after we see the clip.
Vem är du?
Jag är döden.
Kommer du för att hämta mig?
Jag har redan länge gått vid din sida.
Det vet jag.
Är du beredd?
Min kropp är rädd. Inte jag själv. Vänta ett ögonblick.
Så säger ni alla. Men jag lämnar inga uppskov.
Du spelar ju schack, inte sant?
Hur vet du det?
Ja. Jag har sett det på målningar och hört i visorna.
Ja, jag är verkligen en ganska skicklig schackspelare.
Du kan ändå inte vara skickligare än jag.
Varför vill du spela schack med mig?
Det är min sak.
Det har du rätt i.
Villkoret är att jag får leva så länge jag står dig emot. Spelar jag dig matt, förger du mig. Du fick svart.
Det passar ju bäst så. Inte sant?
Okay, a clip from The Seventh Seal, which came out in 1957, directed by the famous Swedish director Ingmar Bergman. And the plot of this was that the setting is in the 14th century Sweden. The film is in Swedish.
Right.
Thank God we had English subtitles. So here is Max Sydow, who plays the role of the knight. He's come back from the Crusades with his, he and a squire come back from the Crusades, and he finds that his land is ravaged by the Black Plague. The Black Plague is killing thousands of Swedes in his homeland, and he challenges there in person. The personification of death is presented, and he challenges death, the incarnate, to a game of chess. He challenges him to chess, believing that if he can continue to play, he cannot die.
Right.
Yeah, that's
right.
his belief. He's got to challenge death, and he won't die if he can play and
not lose, right?
And not lose, right? And
and that sort of goes on through the movie, doesn't it? There's additional scenes of him continuing to play death.
Exactly, he plays death, right? Exactly. So that's a very. It's a very. It's a masterpiece.
And the scene's a kind of an iconic scene because there's been a lot of parodies of that scene.
Right.
Where there's games.
Oh, yes.
There's movies where they play. There's one where they play Twister against death, I think, and there's one where they.
Yes. They have been parodies.
They play Battleship against death and things like that. So
exactly. It's actually a very philosophical type of film. Yeah. Right. So, but a masterpiece in cinema. Okay, what is the next film we're going to see?
You're going to have to tell me. You've got the list. So.
Okay, let me go to my cards. I think we're going to see, let's see, I have to read this. Is this actually, I'm sorry, hold it. This is actually, if I look at it right, From Russia with Love.
Oh,
James,
right.
James Bond thriller, yeah. Let's see From Russia with Love.
Check. Knight takes bishop. Knight takes bishop. King to rook 2. King to rook 2. Queen to king 4. Queen to king 4.
Congratulations, sir. A brilliant coup.
Okay, that scene From Russia with Love, which starred Sean Connery. We didn't see Sean Connery in this clip.
Right.
This movie came out actually in 1963. It's better that I read actually my notes than try to remember them all. But this actually, the plot of this was that an international criminal organization called Spectre is actually seeking revenge against 007, James Bond, for the death of their agent, Dr. No. They had Dr. No in Jamaica. Now, Spectre's chief planner is actually a chess grandmaster. He appears on the scene. His name is Kronstein. Kronstein is his name. And he devises a plan to lure Bond into a trap. But he's actually, in this scene, playing in a tournament in Venice. The setting of this is in Venice,
I think it
Italy.
says world. Did it say World Championship? I think it was supposed to be.
Well, it's a match. Yeah, it's supposed to be like a world
match.
World
Yeah.
Championship match being held. The scene is supposed to be in Venice, Italy,
Right,
where the match
right.
is being held. So he's and the scene is actually where he captures. The scene is where he captures a bishop with his knight. With a discovered check.
And it's based on a real game.
The real game. This actually game was based on the real game that Boris Spassky played against
Bronstein.
David Bronstein,
Right.
fellow Soviet player, David Bronstein. And that game was played, actually, the real game was played in Leningrad 1966.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, yes, that was actually. Now, the only difference actually from the real game and the position in the scene is there were two
extra pawns
were
right.
taken off the board.
Right.
Pawns on C5 and D4 were in the real game. They removed them in the chess scene.
Right.
Yeah. So again, that was incorporated into the film From Russia with Love.
Right. And it's unrealistic in a way because they make it look as if Kronstein is just toying with him until he gets the message saying we need you. And so
you're needed.
It's
yeah,
like now you need. It almost as if now you need to start trying, and he instantly wins the game.
Right.
You know, which isn't very realistic, but
not realistic at all. Right. But again, you saw the scene with the spectators.
Right.
That is done actually in international events. You have spectators watching it. Yeah.
And the demonstration board is the way they used to do it years ago.
That's how they used to show the moves to the spectators on a large demonstration board where they move the pieces. Yeah. Okay. Now let's go to our next movie clip, which I believe is 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Right. Yep.
Okay, that's the next clip we're going to see.
Queen takes pawn. Okay?
Bishop takes knight's pawn.
Oh, lovely move. Rook to king 1.
I'm sorry, Frank. I think you missed it. Queen to bishop 3. Bishop takes queen. Knight takes bishop. Mate.
Looks like you're right. I resign.
Thank you for a very enjoyable game.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, a scene from 2001: A Space Odyssey that came out in 1968, and that scene we saw actor Gary Lockwood playing an astronaut named Frank Poole. The astronaut's name is Frank Poole, and he's playing the computer. HAL 9000 in that scene, and it's a scene basically showing man versus machine. It's a scene of man versus machine in chess, but it's based again on a real game. Yeah, and actually the real game was played actually in 1910. It was two Germans who the game they played was played by two Germans in 1910. The Germans' names were Rusch playing white and Schlager playing black. So again, they incorporated a real game into that movie, A Space Odyssey, 2001. And again, the actor was Gary Lockwood.
I'd say in the book and the movie were done simultaneously.
Yes.
In the book, they do mention that Hal would only win 50% of the games, roughly, just for morale purposes.
Right.
So he didn't win every single game.
Okay.
He obviously had the ability.
Right.
To win every game, but he would only win
only half
of
the games. Okay. All right. So that was then. Let's go to our next clip, which is the Thomas Crown Affair that came out in 1968 also.
Oh, yep.
Okay.
You do live very well, don't you?
No complaints.
It'd be a shame to have to give all this up. Wouldn't it?
play.
Try me.
Okay, that scene from the Thomas Crown Affair, again, which came out in 1968, that was the release date. That was a scene with actors Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway. Now, the plot of this movie was that we have a millionaire businessman, sportsman, Steve McQueen, playing the role of a millionaire, who orchestrates a perfect crime. What he did, he orchestrated 4 men to steal nearly $3 million from a Boston bank. There was also a 5th person involved, the getaway driver. And what Steve McQueen does, he orchestrates this crime. He follows the getaway car. Those who did the robbery, I mean, to stealing the money from the bank, they drop the cash into a cemetery trash can. They drive off, but he's there to pick up the cash out of the cemetery trash can. Yeah. So and again, they did a remake of this movie, you know, back in 1999, and okay, well, let me get to the actual story. Faye Dunaway plays the role of the insurance investigator. Right. The insurance company is investigating this crime of money stolen from the bank. And she actually is invited to Steve McQueen, the millionaire's mansion. Yep. Yeah, he comes, and she sees he has, you know, a chess set. She's a very highly stylized chess set in the room, and he asks, "Do you play? Do you play?" Right. Yeah. And her response to that question is "Try me." Right. Try me. Yeah. And they sit down and play a game, and the game they play was based also on a real game. Okay. Again, once again, this was a game that was played in 1898 with 2 Germans again, Zeissel and Waldhofen, but it was played in Vienna. Maybe it was 2 Austrians, I believe. Could be Austrians, yeah. But there are a lot of movie critics who have seen movies with chess incorporated. They say this was the sexiest, most seductive chess scene they ever saw in a movie where chess was incorporated. Yeah. So that was the Thomas Crown Affair. And again, you know, after she mates him. In fact, she actually checkmates him. Does she? Okay. Yeah. And actually, she checks. She calls check, and then he circles the board. Yeah. And then he says, "Let's play something else." Yeah. And that was his response. And then he sweeps her off her feet, embraces her, kisses her, and you can imagine what the rest what else happened in the movie after they leave the scene. So that was the Thomas Crown Affair from that film. Okay, so let's go to the next movie, which is Blade Runner, which came out in 1982. It's a science fiction film. Let's see Blade Runner.
No, knight takes queen. See, won't do it.
Why are you staring at this, Sebastian?
Because you're so different. You're so perfect.
Yes. Is he good?
Who?
Your opponent.
Oh, Dr. Terrell? I've only beaten him once in chess. He's a genius. He designed you.
Maybe he could help.
I'd be happy to mention it to him.
Better if I talk to him in person.
At this hour? What can I do for you, Sebastian?
Queen to bishop 6, check.
Nonsense. Just a moment. Queen to bishop 6. Ridiculous. Queen. Bishop 6. Knight takes queen. What's on your mind, Sebastian? What are you thinking about?
Bishop to king 7. Check.
Bishop to king 7, checkmate, I think.
Got a brainstorm, huh, Sebastian? Milk and cookies kept you awake, huh? Let's discuss this. You better come up, Sebastian.
Okay, I think we actually saw two clips from this movie here.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Now this is hard to explain. This is a science fiction film. Yeah.
I can.
Yeah. Why don't you actually?
So in that scene, Rutger Hauer is playing the replicant, like an android, basically.
The android. Okay.
And he wants to get to his creator. He wants to find his creator.
Right.
So he helps out this underling with his chess game.
Right.
So the underling will get invited up by the creator, because he's playing so well. He's like, well, why don't you come up?
Okay.
That's his means of getting to the creator. He ends up killing him in the next scene. So the replicant helps this other guy as a means of getting to the creator.
I see.
His creator.
Okay. Now, again, the game, the one scene, is actually based on an actual game.
Okay.
Actually, the game that was played, in reality, was called the Immortal Game.
Oh, okay. Yep.
You're familiar with the Immortal Game that Adolf Anderson played against Lionel Kieseritzky from 1851? So that they chose a game from the past. It was based on a real game. Yeah. So that came out. What year did that Blade Runner come out? 1982, I said, right? Yep. And Harrison Ford was the star in that.
Star, yep.
He did not appear actually in any of these
the
scenes.
clips, right?
But again, that was also a popular movie back then. Our next movie we're going to present is a good one, Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Okay.
Came out in 1993.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, sir? I noticed your sign.
Where is your camera?
No, my son would like to play a game of chess with you.
Конечно, это совсем правильно.
Jack.
Нет. It's over. You lose.
Thanks.
What's his name?
Josh.
Josh what?
Let's go, Josh. Don't tell him your last name.
Josh Waitskin. And I'm gonna watch out for you, Josh Waitskin. Tell these potzers I used to watch you play in the park like Bobby Fischer used to. Show them this. Your boy used pieces in combination to attack, lady.
Oh, shut up, man. Look what you did.
Okay, I was searching for Bobby Fischer. That scene was from Washington Square Park in New York, where even today you will see lots of chess players playing out in the park on chess tables in the park. And we saw the scene with a young boy who, this movie is based on a real kid.
Right.
His name is Joshua Waitskin. Right. And the actor, the young actor, Max Pomerantz, plays the role of Joshua Waitskin, who was a prodigy. He learned chess by watching chess being played in the park.
Right.
And he learned a lot by watching chess. But chess played outdoors among those players are different type players. They're playing fast chess.
Right.
They're not playing like we call classical
chess.
Blitz. Slow chess, blitz.
For money.
For money. They're playing for money. Yeah. You got hustlers there. But that's how his introduction to chess was seeing chess played in the park.
Right.
And his father realizes he's gifted and wants him to take lessons to to learn chess properly.
Yeah.
But the kid wants to resist. He really loves playing chess the way it was played in the park.
Right. Blitz. Right.
And he doesn't want to harden himself like Bobby Fischer. I mean, Bobby Fischer really became a super champion. I mean, by hardening himself to sit down and learn the game properly. Mm-hmm. The kid really rebels against trying to learn, and he gets a teacher in the name of Bruce Pandolfini, International Bruce Pandolfini, played by actor Ben Kingsley. Mm-hmm. And there are some very moving scenes with Bruce Ben Kingsley teaching Max Pomerantz, the actor.
Right.
Yeah. So,
and I think we have one more clip too from that.
Is there one more?
I think we do. Yeah.
Especially with Bobby Fischer. Okay.
So.
If we have one more, we'll go with another clip from that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe showing.
What's that?
Schliemann attack.
Schliemann attack. Where'd you learn that from? A book?
No, my teacher taught me.
Your teacher. Well, forget it. Play like you used to, from the gut. Get your pawns rolling on the queen side. Come and get me.
Put it out. Josh is playing.
He didn't teach you how to win. He taught you how not to lose. That's nothing to be proud of. You're playing not to lose, Josh. You got to risk losing. You got to risk everything. You got to go to the edge of defeat. That's where you want to be, boy. On the edge of defeat. But what? Play. Never play the board, always the man. You got to play the man playing the board. Play me. I'm your opponent. You have to beat me, not the board. Beat me.
You're not who I have to play.
You're playing me now. Come on, beat me. Better. All right. Better, yes. Come on, move. Good. Yeah. All right.
Okay, that scene was, again, from Washington Square Park.
Right.
And again, Max Pomerantz, the young actor, loves, I mean, that was his early exposure to chess was chess played in the park.
Right.
Yeah. But it's based on a real player by the name of Joshua Waitzkin. It's based, his father wrote the book,
right.
Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Yep.
Yeah. And by the way, the real Joshua Waitzkin came and played actually back some 30 years ago in Worcester at a chess club, at a chess tournament in Worcester. He won, Joshua Waitzkin won the U.S. Junior Chess Championship in 1993 and 1994. But then he gave up chess. He no longer plays chess seriously. He took up martial arts.
Right.
He's an expert, a specialist in martial arts.
Right.
But again, he was a prodigy, and there were high hopes that he would go on to greater things. But he chose to give up chess altogether.
Yep.
But again, it's a great scene. It's based on the life of Joshua Waitzkin.
It's a very good movie too.
Very good movie. Yeah, very good. Okay, let's go to our next movie clip, which is a movie I never saw, actually never heard of. It was called Independence Day. That came out in 1996. Another science fiction movie. Yeah.
WXBY out here in Brooklyn. Temperature is 95 degrees in Central Park. What it is here in the borough, God only knows. Let's go to Nick Jones and give us a traffic report to the beaches in case anybody's not out there already. Nick, what it is.
So what are you waiting? My Social Security will expire. You'll still be sitting there.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, well, think already.
Hey, do you have any idea how long it takes for those cups to decompose?
If you don't move soon, I'm going to start to decompose. Listen, David, I've been meaning to talk with you. It's nice that you see me so much now, but...
Don't start, Dan.
I'm only saying it's been, what, 4 years? You still wearing a wedding band?
3 years.
All right, 3, 4, you're divorced. Come on, move on. This is not healthy.
No, this is not healthy. The smoking is not healthy. Checkmate.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is not checkmate.
See you tomorrow, pal.
No, just hold on. This is not checkmate.
Okay, a scene from Independence Day that came out in 1996. That scene had the actors Jeff Goldblum on the left and Judd Hirsch on the right. They were father and son.
Right.
Judd Hirsch played the father of Jeff Goldblum, who played the role of a MIT educated satellite engineer. Now he plays that engineer because the plot of this was there was an extraterrestrial mothership that enters the Earth's orbit and deploys saucers over major cities worldwide, including New York, Los Angeles, Washington D.C., and they're there to try to counter this invasion of a mothership deploying these saucers. And they employ this engineer Jeff Goldblum to try to unravel how to counteract this invasion of this mothership. Okay, let's go to the next clip, which is another. This is probably a superhero film. XMen.
Yeah.
I would say this is a superhero film. XMen from 2000, the year 2000. This film came out.
Doesn't it ever wake you in the middle of the night? The feeling that someday they will pass that foolish law, or one just like it, and come for you and your children. It does indeed. What do you do when you wake up to that? I feel a great swell of pity for the poor soul who comes to that school looking for trouble. Why do you come here, Charles? Why do you ask questions to which you already know the answers? Yes. Your continuing search for hope. You know this plastic prison of theirs won't hold me forever. The war is still coming, Charles, and I intend to fight it. By any means necessary. And I will always be there. Old friend.
Okay, a scene from X-Men. Now, can you explain this movie? Is it possible to explain this movie?
I honestly don't know that much about it other than, yeah, it's a superhero movie. The actual scene was a real chess position.
Yes.
It ends in checkmate. I think it's supposed to be foreshadowing. So
Right.
the guy on the left is going to defeat him later on also.
Right.
That's about all I know.
Well, if I can read a part of the plot, because these things are very convoluted here. But what this is, what I have is that this is the scene. The opening scene of this movie starts with a 14-year-old. He's separated from his parents upon entering the Auschwitz concentration camp. And while attempting to reach them, he's trying to reach them. He causes a set of metal gates to bend toward him because of his mutant ability to generate fields, magnetic fields. Yeah. Okay. So we have a scene actually of someone but he's knocked out by the guards. This is from the final scene where you have this professor Xavier.
Right.
Professor Xavier.
A good guy.
He's the good guy. He's playing Magneto. The other player was Magneto.
The bad guy. Yeah.
The bad guy.
That's about all I know. Yeah.
And this Professor Xavier, he's a mutant.
I think they both are.
They're both okay, and he's the creator of the XMen. They're XMen, and he believes that humans can coexist. With X-Men.
Mutants. Yeah.
Mutants. Right.
Okay.
So that's the plot of this. Yeah.
Yep.
Again, science fiction. Right. Very hard to explain. Let us go to probably an easier movie to explain, which is Delusion Defense. Came out in 2000. This will be easier to explain. Yep.
Late, very late, Mr. Lucy. And who was it? Yes, Pushkin's doomed duelist. Let's start, if you're willing.
Silence, please. The game will now commence.
Mr. Losing on move 43.
How many moves? Quanti sono?
Flag on move 43, maestro. Here are the moves, please.
German and gentlemen, Mr. Luzin will now seal his next move.
Please.
The game will now continue. Was a brilliant defense, an immortal combination from a world champion. So.
Thank you.
Okay, a scene from the Lucian defense. This was based on the book by the famous Russian-American novelist Vladimir Nabokov.
Yep. The
title of the book was The Defense. Yeah. And this is actually a scene from a match that the player playing white actually is an Italian player.
Mm-hmm.
Salvatore Turati is his name. Lucian, Grandmaster Alexander Lucian is the one who was playing black.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we saw them playing that game, and it's based actually. Again, Grandmaster Lucian was a very gifted player, but he was tormented. He had emotional problems. The story has him that he competes in this internet. Actually, they say it was an international tournament. He's playing in, but it looks like it's a match. What we see is a match game.
Yeah.
Okay, but he falls in love with this woman. We see a woman in this scene.
Right.
I think that the actress was Emily Watson.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. That was Emily Watson, who played actually Natalia Kotkov. Yeah. And he falls in love with her. Yeah. And again, the game that actually was played in the movie was again based on the life. Actually, it was based on the life. I don't know. Maybe it was actually a real game, but it was based on the life of a German master by the name of Kurt von Bardeleben, who had emotional problems, who committed suicide. Actually, there was a German player, Kurt von Bardeleben, and this mirrors his life.
That.
Yeah,
Yep.
And actually, von Bardeleben, he died actually in Berlin at the age of 62. 1924. That's when Kurt von Bardeleben. So it's based on the life of a real German player. Yeah.
We should probably say too that for non-chess players that they basically get everything wrong in that scene, right?
Yes, right.
I mean, when the flag falls, that normally means you lose the game.
Right.
Here they say it means an adjournment, which doesn't make any sense.
No. And again, they're using what we call analog clocks.
Right.
Nowadays, you don't see those type of clocks in tournaments now. Yeah.
It's all digital.
But it's unrealistic. In the old days, when they were using those type of clocks, when a flag fell on a clock, the time has expired,
that's right, and you
lose immediately.
Right,
exactly.
You don't adjourn the game.
No games are adjourned. Okay. Let us go to the next movie, which is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yep.
Let's see that.
Now what do we do? It's obvious, isn't it? We're gonna play our way across the room. All right. Harry, you take the empty Bishop Square. Hermione, you'll be the Queenside Castle. As for me, I'll be a knight. What happens now? Well, White moves first, and then we play. You don't suppose this is going to be like real wizard's chess, do you? You there, D5! Yes, Hermione. I think this is gonna be exactly like wizard chess. Castle to E4! Pawn to C3! Wait a minute. You understand, right, Harry? Once I make my move, the Queen will take me. Then you're free to check the King.
No. Ron, no!
What is it?
He's going to sacrifice himself.
No, you can't! There must be another way. Do you want to stop Snape from getting that stone or not? Harry, it's you that has to go on. I know it. Not me, not Hermione, you. Knight to H3.
We're still playing. Checkmate.
Okay, a scene from Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. That was it's based on the book by J.K. Rowling.
Yep.
And that was actually an endgame scene, actually, was it not?
Well, it was, yeah, so it was composed by Jeremy Silman.
International Jeremy Silman, who, by the way, passed away last month.
Right.
September, he was actually a very well-known chess player, but also an author, an excellent author.
Yeah, he was.
And however, key moves in the position he created for the movie were removed from the movie.
In the editing, right.
In the editing process, which made no sense to chess players watching the trying to follow it. And they're playing wizard chess. Wizard chess, where when pieces are captured, they're smashed to smithereens. Yeah. So again, another fantasy movie, Harry Potter. Okay. So that was again, came out in 2001.
Yep.
Okay, let's see actually our final film in our program, and this is actually the Queens Gambit, very famous film. Yep. Let's see that.
Jesus Christ, Harmon, you're humiliating my rook.
You won't have to suffer much longer.
Answer that, it'll just depress me.
Well, I'm 36.
Thank you. You really are something. You know that?
Okay, a scene for the Queen's Gambit. That was actually the young girl who shows the name Elizabeth Harmon, based on the book. This movie is based on the book by Walter Tevis, who wrote The Hustler. Again, this became very famous, this movie, because of it was a series on Netflix. It was a mini-series on Netflix, and it brought a lot of new players into chess as a result. Okay, so anyways, we hope our Chess Chat fans enjoyed the clips we showed. Some of them were very difficult to explain in the time we have, but we thank actually FATV for allowing us to do a 1-hour Chess Chat, and we'll be doing them forever.